Hey Wildcats, I'm Lisa Lane, and alongside me is my co-anchor, Alex Budish. Thank you for watching Cat Nation Family Weekend Edition.
While we're welcoming you into our family at Cat Nation, we're also going to take a quick look back at the Cal game and break down a very dangerous Oregon State team.
And like always, we have some exclusive interviews from all your favorite Arizona athletes. But first, let's break down this California game. Well, Alex, we knew it was going to be a battle of the defense and a matchup of the quarterbacks. Going into the game, Cal's Kevin Riley had a slight edge over our Nick Foles. However, I think in the end, Nick showed why he is a better quarterback, and that's because of his poise and perseverance in tough game situations. But that defense was out there battling all night long. I think that was very clear. Alex, tell us a little bit about that.
Well, Lisa, it seemed like Cal really did a good job of getting to Arizona's offensive core, who seemed complacent running those 3- and 4-yard bubble screens the whole night, just waiting for it to work, which it never got going. Cal also did a great job of attacking Foles early and making sure his passes were hurried and rushed and not on target, which he usually is. Arizona, you ask, also did a very good job on defense, holding Cal to 3 field goals total throughout the whole game. It really seemed like it was going to be a battle of who gave up the first touchdown, and late in the game, thank goodness for the Cats, it turned out to be the Golden Bears. Lisa, tell me when this game got exciting.
Well, I think all of us can agree the game mainly got exciting that last 3 minutes, especially when Cal missed that field goal. We knew we still had a chance to get out there, 3 minutes left, and make something happen. It was exciting. The fans went crazy, so I say we check it out.
Wow, what a game. It was really great to see Arizona come through again when they needed to with a 7-play, 77-yard drive that included another big completion from Foles to Kreiner. Really great to see perseverance and dedication, and the Zona Zoo was going crazy like usual.
That is exactly right, and it doesn't hurt to be going 4-0 into our bye week. I want to talk a little bit about top 15 expectations, but before we do that, we have some great interviews after practice, so I say we check a few of those out.
Thanks, guys. I'm here with Keola Antolin, stud running back. Keola, it's family weekend this weekend. Are you excited about family weekend, and what does family mean to you?
Family means a lot. Family means a lot, you know, saying that we come to a big family like mine. So, like, I'm going to have a lot of families down here, so we'll be good.
They're going to be here this weekend?
Yeah.
And do you get nervous when they're here?
No, not really, you know. It's just my family.
Yeah. Okay, we're ranked ninth in the nation now. What does the team have to say about that? And we know Coach Shoup says to look by that. So, are they thinking about it in the back of their heads, or?
No, we're not thinking about it, man. We're just going out there, do our thing and stuff like that.
Week by week, right?
Yeah.
Take it game by game. Okay, do you think that the Pac-10 gets overshadowed by teams in like the SEC or the Big Ten, because they're always getting talked about, but it seems like the Pac-10 doesn't get any respect sometimes?
Definitely, you know, the Pac-10 need to get more recognition out there, you know, but this year it is, so we're doing good in the Pac-10. The Pac-10 doing good this year.
Have you guys prepared for the Oregon State defense, you running backs?
We prepare, like always, like every weekend we come out and just work hard, come practice working hard and stuff like that.
Anything in particular to look for this weekend against Oregon State?
Nah, man, we just come out and play.
And when you hear about LaMichael James and Jaquiz Rogers, do you guys feel like you have to go out and do something extra special?
No, you know, we just do it different, you know. We can do everything what a bigger back can do, but just a different style.
Awesome. And everyone's watching out there, including your family. Do you want to give a shout out to the Zona Zoo and your family?
Yeah, man, I want to give something to my family, you know, and my homie Tommy right there.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Keola, and good luck.
It's always great to hear about how important family is to our Arizona athletes.
Because it is to us, too. At this time, Lisa and I would like to take a quick time out from Cat Nation to say hi to our parents who love and support us.
Hi, Mom and Dad. We love you. Thanks for your support.
Send money.
All right, now like we promised, let's talk a little bit about being in the top 15. With that comes national attention, added pressure, added expectations. Alex, should we be playing better against these lesser opponents, or hey, a win's a win, let's not worry about the ranking?
The rest of the nation wants to see easy wins when we play teams outside of the top 25, like Oregon State this week and Cal last week, because they don't know about the elite teams in the conference. The Pac-10 might be the deepest and most talented team and conference in the nation, but overall, a win is a win. Lisa, what do we need to do to be an elite team?
Well, I agree with you, Alex. A win is a win. However, when you look at those top 5 teams in the nation, there's a reason they're up there, and it's because they can close. So if we want Arizona to be taken seriously like that, we need to start closing as a team. In the Iowa game, we saw Iowa get right back in that game when they shouldn't have. So what I'm hoping to see as the season goes on is us closing the games out. So against this Oregon State team, they might be dangerous, but it's our time to prove why we're number 14, and we need to not let them back into that game.
You're right, Lisa. Consistency is key. Consistency above all. And speaking of consistency, let's check out some more exclusive after-practice interviews. What's up, guys? I'm here with big man Ricky Elmore. Ricky, coming into the season, you and Brooks Seed were getting a lot of hype. How do you feel handling that pressure throughout the rest of the season?
I think me and Brooks have both carried it very well. Coming in, we did have a lot of weight on our shoulders, and especially replacing so many people. But I think that just doing what we do is just rush quarterbacks and make plays and just be senior leaders out there, vocal, and just the way we play. I think that's the best we can do, and I think that's what we've done.
You guys had to replace a lot of defensive starters coming into this year. How have the young guys really stepped up and made a difference?
They answered the call. They get called out every day. The coaches challenge them every day, and that's how we do it. There's no slacking. Everyone is expected to play at a high level, and I think all the people that replaced the starters are doing really well, and they're doing what the coaches want them to do.
We're going into the Oregon State game now as a top 10 team for the first time in over a decade. Does that add to the pressure, or does that make you a little more excited to go into a football game?
Oh, yeah, it does make us a lot more excited, but, it's only been 4 games. We still have 8 more games to play, and we still have a whole season. So, we're really excited right now where we're at, but it's just one more stepping stone to where we want to be.
This Oregon State game also brings around a very important family weekend for everyone. Is your family going to be out coming to catch a game?
Yeah, my parents never miss a game, home or away, so they're actually getting to town tomorrow night, so I'm looking forward to seeing them.
Does that help you out with the game, or does that make you feel a little bit more pressure, or what's the deal with that?
Yeah, it probably takes a little bit of the pressure off because, it's someone I could hang out with and get my mind off of football before the game.
What NFL player do you really see yourself as? Like, what do you compare yourself to the most?
Jared Allen, but with a better haircut. Should I do the dance move? No, that's good.
Thanks, guys.
Is that it?
Yeah, dude, you're good.
All right.
Thanks, man.
It's always great catching up with those athletes after practice. They always have some interesting things to say.
Always a fun time with the football players.
All right, with the game clock ticking down, it's now time to break down the Oregon State game. I want to talk a little bit about what's going to work in our advantage and what's going to hurt the Beavers this week. First off, they're having trouble on third down on both sides of the ball, and they are not attacking the opposing quarterback well. As we know, that's going to help us because when Nick Foles has time, he is dangerous. Then they have a key injury right now. That is Dwight Robertson. He is their leading tackler, and he is out. So that's going to help us, of course. But you know what, Alex? They are hungry. They want to win. They're going to be coming to Arizona Stadium ready to fight for that win.
Right. Let me talk about what's going to hurt the Cats if we don't pay attention to this very dangerous team. First of all, they have one of the best combos in brothers that I've ever seen with Jacquizz Rodgers and James Rodgers. Even though Rodgers is coming off a concussion, he's still going to be playing and still ready to go. Jacquizz Rodgers is probably the best Pac-10 running back, if not one of the best running backs in the nation, and he is a great cutback running back. If you take your eye off him for a second, he's gone. So the Cats really need to make sure that their young defensive line stays on top of him early. Also, Oregon State is coming in with some of the best cornerbacks in the Pac-10, so Foles needs to be ready that when he cocks the ball back and gets ready to throw, that he needs to be on target the whole time, or we're going to see a lot more interceptions, which we don't need. On top of all that, they also have a very convincing and very dangerous coach in Kevin Riley, who probably scheduled the hardest pre-conference schedule in the nation with Boise State and TCU. They lost both those games, but their team is ready to play, and they're very fierce. Now they're ready to show why they deserve to be in the top 25 again, so look out for a very dangerous and very prepared Oregon State football team.
Well, Alex, I actually caught up with Nick Foles this week. We talked about the Oregon State game and family weekend, so why don't we check it out? Hey, Cats, Lisa Lane here, hanging out in McHale with Nick Foles. So, Nick, before we talk football, let's talk a little bit personal questions. Arizona has a lot of great things to offer, but what's the one thing that you can only get in Texas that you can't get here?
Texas. That's tough. I guess just some Texas home cooking's something that I miss out here. The food's great, but I miss the Texas home cooking.
Definitely. And also, if you had the opportunity to take all the talent you have in football to put it into a different sport, which sport would you pick?
If I could do that, I'd be on the basketball court. I'd be playing basketball. It's my other love of sport. I love both the same, and a big-time basketball player, and I'd definitely do that.
Did you play basketball in high school?
Yeah, I was a basketball player in high school.
Very cool. Now, it is going to be family weekend when we play Oregon State, so I have to ask you, what's the importance of family to you?
Family's the key to everything. I'm really close to my family. I have 2 little sisters. One's a freshman at Arizona, and my family is always at the games. Real close to my mom and dad and grandparents, aunts, and uncles. And all throughout the years, they've been my inspiration. They've pushed me and to be as good as I can be no matter what I do. And without them, I couldn't do anything.
All right, so you mentioned they come to the games. Does that make you nervous when you know they're out in that crowd watching you?
No, not at all. I've grown up with them at the games. I know my dad doesn't sit at the games. He's probably walking around, and he might sit 1 second, but then he's up, and my mom will be there with her friends or whatever watching the game, and he'll be moving around the whole stadium.
All right, so let us inside of your head when you watched Cal miss that field goal and you knew you maybe had 3 minutes to get out there and make something happen.
I saw him miss a field goal, and we just all came together, and we had a rough night as an offensive unit, and we just came together and just took a couple deep breaths, and we knew what we were capable of doing. We were shooting ourselves in the foot the whole game with penalties and this and that, so we just went out there and just cleaned it up and had one good drive to win the game.
Now, speaking of top 15, you already had a lot of pressure going into this season. Do you now feel it a little bit more with all this national attention?
Not really. We were here last year. We got ranked last year, and that was something sort of new for the program. It hadn't really been ranked like that in a while, but now we're just very comfortable. We're very comfortable with our identity as a team, and we're not worrying about that. We're just going one game at a time and just focusing on, just getting better. Every week's just getting better, and just the key, like Coach Stu says, is be very disciplined. And if we can learn to be a little bit more disciplined and just clean up some things, we'll be a good team.
All right, now when you were looking ahead at our schedule, how confident were you that we are going to be 4-0 going into a bye week?
I'm very confident in our team. I feel like every time we can play with anyone in the nation every time we step on the field. But the great thing about us is we go one game at a time. We didn't want to overlook anybody. We just want to go into, Toledo, Citadel, Iowa, and then Cal, and we just wanted to do it one game at a time. We didn't want to overlook anyone. That's the key. You have to prepare every week the same. You can't go 1 week, prepare really hard, the next week take it easy. You have to prepare every week the same and get better.
And before season started, again, we heard about Luck and Locker and Barkley all being top quarterbacks in the nation. Do you feel like you've kind of earned your spot amongst these guys now?
Not yet. I don't think so. If we continue to win, and I just worry about the win column and just win the games, and the rest of the stuff will take care of itself with the quarterback stuff. The most important thing is the team and just winning the games.
All right, let's talk a little bit about Oregon State. I know you guys haven't done much game planning yet, but we know they're a tough team. They have a great coach, a good run game. They're solid overall. They just don't make very many mistakes. So what are you hoping to accomplish on offense against a team like this?
The key is just do what we did last year. Just stay consistent, stay within the game plan, take what they give us. Just don't try to overthink things. Just look at their coverages, read it, and just be confident in our reads, be confident in our run games. It'll all start with the guys up front, though. They're the key. The offensive line is always the key. So if they give us time and open up some holes for running backs, we'll be all right.
All right, so all of the Zona Zoo is watching right now. Do you have anything you'd like to say to them?
Go Cats.
All right, you guys heard it from Nick Foles yourself. Go Cats. Back to you, Cat Nation.
It was really great for Nick Foles to take some time out of his very busy schedule and sit down with you and Cat Nation. It was great to see what he had to say.
I had a lot of fun with our one-on-one, and speaking of fun, it's my favorite part of the show, and that is tonight's game prediction. Alex, start us off.
Well, Lisa, the Arizona Wildcats have really shown me two faces of a good football team. They've either shown us starting off the game really quickly and jumping on top of their opponents, or starting off slow and letting the game come to them. Unfortunately for us and the Oregon State game, I think that's what we're going to see again. I think the Cats start off slow, but they still dominate the game late, and they show us a big win to move to 5-0. I'm going to say Cats 27, Beavers 14.
All right, Alex, I'm going to go with 31-20 simply because I asked my Zona Zoo crew, and that's what they have to say, so I'm going to go with it tonight.
As long as we get the win.
Exactly. Well, that does it for tonight's Cat Nation Family Weekend Edition. I'm Lisa Lane.
And I'm Alex, top 15 Budish, saying bear down, and we'll see you at the game.